Now here we see some of the very important results on set operations. The first result is related with number of elements in A union B. Now here this n indicates the number of elements in A union B. Now this is given by n of A plus n of B minus n of A intersection B. Right. Now let's ask the question, from where does this come? That is, suppose you consider set A and set B. Now since we don't have complement, there is no need to take the universal set here, we just want to do the union. Now when I say I want to count the total number of elements in the union region, so the union region is the outer boundary I am highlighting in green. Alright. So if we consider only A and if we consider only B, you will see that the intersection region is common in both of them. So if you just add number of elements in A with number of elements in B, the common region which is present in both will get counted twice, isn't it? Therefore, to correct it, we have to subtract the number of elements in the intersection from the sum that we did just now. So therefore that gives us the total number of elements in the union of two sets A and B. Now we can extend this and see how we can derive the formula for the number of elements in the union of three sets instead of two sets. So suppose we have n of A union B union C equal to, and suppose we want to derive this formula, how we will do that? So here let's consider set A, let's consider set B and set C. I am considering a general case, that is all the sets are overlapping with each other. Okay. Now here let us go by the previous logic, that is let us first add the number of elements in the individual sets. Alright. Now let's ask the question, is this the correct answer? It is not, because if you see the region which is included, say as an example between A and B, which is common to A and B, that will get counted twice because it is present in A as well as B. So similarly the region which is common to B and C, that will also get counted twice, and the region common to A and C, that is also counted twice. So we must remove those regions by subtracting the number of elements in those regions. So therefore we have to do minus n of A intersection B minus n of B intersection C minus n of C intersection A. But in doing this we have introduced a new problem, that is if we consider now the region which is common to all the three regions A, B, C. Now this region was present in each of the three regions A, B, C, as well as it was present in each of the three regions that we subtracted, isn't it? So as a net, this region is not accounted for because it got added 3 times and it got subtracted 3 times. So therefore we must add it back and write that plus n of A intersection B intersection C. Getting? So this is the way we calculate the number of elements in union of 3 sets. Now this actually can be also further extended to any number of sets, and that principle is called as principle of inclusion exclusion, for the very simple reason that we are including the count of one set each, then we are excluding the count of two sets taken together. Now to that we are again adding the count of 3 sets taken together. So alternately we include and exclude the relevant counts, therefore that is called as the principle of inclusion exclusion. Now let us see additional results. Here, as we have seen in the difference of two sets, if we have n of A minus B plus n of B minus A plus n of A intersection B, then together that gives us n of A union B. So this is also evident. We know that this region is A minus B, this region is B minus A, and the middle region is A intersection B. Right? So if we add the three regions, we will get as a whole the region which belongs to the union. So therefore we have the above result. Now similarly we can also have the result as, say, n of A minus B is equal to n of A minus n of A intersection B. And you know, this is also clear, that is n of A minus B is this region, and n of A, we know that it is the whole region, and A intersection B is this region. So from A, if you remove the portion of intersection region, what remains is the subtraction region, that is A minus B. And similarly we can write its counterpart, that is n of B minus A is nothing but n of B minus n of A intersection B, or B intersection. Now lastly here, let us see what is called as the distributive law. Now the distributive law comes in picture whenever we have, you know, two different operations done together. That is, suppose we have A union into bracket B intersection C. Now you see, if we did not have bracket, then it will cause a problem in deciding the priority. So therefore here the bracket is present, and the question is, how do we expand this particular law, as if we are expanding the algebraic bracket multiplication. So here what do we do is, A is distributed to the different elements inside the bracket. So it's like we take union of A with B, we take union of A with C, and the two results are connected by the operation which is inside the bracket. So therefore we take the intersection of the two results. Right? So this is pretty much similar to what do we do in algebra, that is when we want to multiply a number with a bracket containing sum of two or more terms. Now similarly the result will apply if we exchange union with intersection. So if we have A intersection into bracket B union C, that turns out to be A intersection B union A intersection C. So in this way we have what is called as the distributive law. Now let's go ahead and study another very important pair of laws, that is called as De Morgan's laws. Now as is written here, A union B whole complement is equal to A complement intersection B complement. And the second law is also counterpart of it, that is A intersection B whole complement is equal to A complement union B complement. So the way to remember this is, like we can remember that in words, that is the left hand side is nothing but complement of union, okay? And the right hand side is intersection of complements. So the first law can be remembered as complement of union is equal to intersection of complements, and the second law can be remembered as complement of intersection is union of complements. These are called as the De Morgan's laws. The use of De Morgan's laws is in solving certain sums in which, say, one of the sides, say LHS or RHS, might be given, and we can write it equivalently using the other side, which simplifies the calculations. Okay? So now based on this, let us see some of the examples.